Word up, traders. Welcome to Simply Forex. Trader Tom here, and lovely to see you. Yeah, I'm with you for the next 45 minutes, guys. So ask as many bloody questions as you like about trading, and I will endeavor to answer every one of them, as long as we don't run out of time. Also, just come say hello. Say hello. How are you? Yeah, introduce yourself. It'd be nice to see you. So yeah, do that, guys. I'm also going to show you a trade that I'm in right now. It's been ticking along, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to manage it, or what I'm going to do if X, Y, and Z happens, right? I'm in a euro US dollar sell right now. So we'll look at that as the only trade that I'm in currently. We'll take as many questions from you as possible. And also, we always take a quick look at the economic calendar, but there is literally nothing to write home about. So put your pen and paper down. No need to write home. There is nothing. What is worth pointing out is, does the USA do any work, right? We've got all day is holiday, United States National Day, right? So they've had Thanksgiving, they've had Christmas, they've had New Year's Eve. They're like, that's not enough. We're going to have another holiday in January. Do you know what? Good luck to you. I think that's the way to do it. Just have loads of holidays. That's really how we all want to live. So happy National Day to all of our United States friends. But yeah, no news, guys, and no real news that's come out previously. Well, having said that, we had some CPI come out of China, but nothing drastic has happened on the back of that. So really, it's probably going to be light in terms of volume in the market today, because it's a US national holiday, right? So don't expect large volumes coming in when the New York opens. So bearing that all in mind, guys, I do have one trade to show you. I also have my coffee, and I just want to show you my Liverpool Football Club coffee mug. If any of you like football, then please tell me that you support Liverpool. Otherwise, we're going to fall out. I'm only joking, but cheers. I'm going to have a quick slurp of coffee. I need my coffee because I slept so badly last night. When you have one of them nights and you're just a million things racing around in your head. Not bad things. They're all creative, good things, about channel, about life, etc. But I did not sleep at all. So if I look like I've been dug up today, then you know why. My makeup artist wasn't here today. Oh dear. Laughing at my own jokes. Anyway, let's see who's in the house first of all. So let's bring up the live chat. Where is the live chat? There you are. So Luigi from Italy but lives in South Africa. See, Luigi, I do remember. Good day, Tom, and everyone on the chat. Hi, Luigi. Colin, what's up? Brett, afternoon, mate. How are you? Niraj, good evening. Okay, we've got a question from Brett straight away here as well. So we'll answer that question, Brett. Always love a good question. Don't be shy. Ask me a question. Let me just start with my euro US dollar trade, right? So if we start with the day chart, right, we're clearly in a daily downtrend, right? This is where we're at, right? We're getting lower highs. Yeah, lower lows. We're in a downtrend. Okay. So we like the fact that we're with daily trend, right? This candle, right, don't get me wrong, is not ideal, but there's still some room to come back down to this level. All right, because and that's generally what my higher time frame target would be. Okay. Also, if we look at the weekly chart, right, the weekly chart, this candle did break these lows, right? So that is a continuation of trend. Also, the Fed come out yesterday and pretty much said that we're not so keen on reducing interest rates, right? They may not be as forthcoming as they once predicted, right? Because they're worried about inflation. Check me out, getting all fundamental. But that's what they said. I'm just repeating what they said, guys, right? So that also would lead to a strong US dollar, right? And then if we drop down to the H4, right? Obviously, when I entered the trade, we didn't have this candle, right? This candle is a little bit off-putting, right? But we were in a H4 downtrend, and this is where we were. And I'm just trying to take some profit back down to these lows first of all, if not, leave some profit to run. So there's the Euro US dollar trade explained and why I'm selling it. And again, H1 is in a downtrend, right? We had this kind of build up in H1, right? Stopped making higher highs, and then it broke down again. So we're in a H1 downtrend. Now, I'm in this trade, right? And again, my target is down here. But there's a couple of things, guys, that I am looking at, right? So first of all is the H4. Now, this candle is a bit of a doji, right? But there is, you know, that is quite a large bottom wick, right? I'm conscious, get my teeth in, get my words right. It's the whiskey that I put in my coffee. That's why I slur. But it's the, this H4 candle is concerning, right? We know there's buyers down here anyway, but look, they've come in a little bit earlier. So bearing all of that in mind, if we look at the H1, we also had this big H1 candle, right? But then that's been quickly eradicated by negative candles. So if these negative candles carry on, then no problem, right? I'm going to carry on taking, I might take some profit here, you know, look to take some profit here, right? Then no problem, we carry on. But if I get a big bullish H1 candle, looks something like this, I will probably exit this, or I will exit this trade, right? Because my stop loss is above these highs up here. So my stop loss is at 0326. So my stop loss or hedge, whatever you use, is up here. You know, and if I see a big bullish candle, I may well get out of this trade early. All right, so let's see how this plays out. But that's the only trade that I'm in. I did like all of the pound pairs, right? As per my vid this morning, right? I liked euro pound longs, right? But it just went bang, right? I can't trade that. I cannot get in on that trade. It's too difficult. Well, not too difficult. It just doesn't, there's no value in it, right? Got to get my right words. Let me have some more coffee. I'm choosing all the wrong words today. Let me drink some coffee that's got whiskey mixed in it. So yeah, you know, when I wake up, it's basically here, right? And I'm looking for a retrace into value, and then I can start buying it. Never happened. Price just shot off, right? There's no value in me buying in here, right? There's my target. Where'd you put your stop loss? In here, right? So there's no value there. And it was the same for all pound pairs. Pound New Zealand dollar. By the time I was looking at the charts, we had this candle. I was, you know, and that was selling into support here. And then we got this candle. And then before you know it, the trade's away from you, right? You can see that I was interested in a retrace to this low, right? If that had happened, if we got this candle followed by a retrace into this last low, I would have looked to sell it. But we haven't, right? Stops above here. But that hasn't happened. And then the other one was pound Canadian dollar. And this was pretty much like euro pound, but the opposite direction, right? We've got the break. Yeah, I just want to see a retrace into value. Didn't happen. Okay. And price just shot off and hit target. Now I'm not interested in this pair. Okay, so yeah, the pound pairs went in the direction we expected, but difficult to enter on. And that goes for any market that, or any currency pair that looks like that, guys, right? If I have a chart that looks like this, right? That is very difficult to buy, right? It's in an uptrend, so we want to buy it, but it doesn't ever retrace. There's no value, right? There's no value anywhere here. Whereas if I get a chart that does this, right, it ends up at the same location, right? But you get all of these opportunities to enter. All of these retraces are beautiful entries, and these I can trade. This is not easy to trade, that's the wrong word, but this is how I'm able to trade. This is what I'm looking for. Okay, so this crappy, this goody. Yeah, get the idea. Right, so yeah, there's a trade that I was looking at today. I'm in pound US dollar, I'm in euro US dollar, sorry, so we'll see how that plays out. Right, who else have we got in? Am I going to pronounce this correctly? Ian, right? Hi, greetings from Romania. Greetings, Ian. Are you our first Romanian guest? I'm not sure. You might be. Congratulations on that. I've never been to Romania. I've been to Bulgaria. We used to go to I know you're kind of neighbors. But yeah, never Romania. I'll have to go. I'm sure everyone says to you Dracula is from Transylvania in Romania. There you go. Ryan, good afternoon, Tom. How are you keeping? I'm keeping well, apart from the lack of sleep. Although one thing I did try today is, I love a bit of peanut butter because it's got a lot of protein in it and it's, it's good for that. Probably a load of sugar and other crap in it. But what I tried today was pistachio peanut butter, right? It's like pistachio spread. Like a little tub of it was more expensive than gold, right? But other than that, it was very nice on toast. I can recommend pistachio spread. There you go. We don't only do trade advice, guys. We also give spreads, advice on spreads and not trading spreads. Anyway, what the hell am I talking about? Offman, hi. Kalichi, hi. Niraj has got a question. Right, we've got some questions coming in, guys. Good. Let's take a look at Brett's question first of all. So we've got a question here. Tom, would you re-enter a trade if you got stopped out as long as your direction was still valid? The answer is yes, but I would hedge. I saw your Euro Aussie dollar trade earlier. So this is a really good subject, actually. Let's take a quick look at this, right? So this is Euro Aussie dollar. And I know Brett is shorting this. Brett is part of the VIP Trading Academy, and we all, share trade ideas and help each other along. So please come join our free Discord and or our VIP Discord, guys, all right? So basically, right, there's this area of resistance, right? Okay, and Brett was shorting this market. Okay, so let's say Brett got in over here and he was selling it with a view to taking price down to these lows, right? Now, it makes perfect sense to put your stop loss above this gray zone, right? Perfect sense. But a couple of things here with stop loss placement, right? Now, first of all, yeah, I would always give a stop loss a bit of room, right? So how much has this moved above the gray zone? So this is moved 8 pips above the gray zone, right? Being Euro Aussie dollar, I would at least give that 10 pips, right? Or just a bit of room, right? So rather than put your stop loss literally here, right? Give your trade a bit of room. Now, I know that affects risk to reward, right? And I'm sure you were conscious of that, which is why you had a tight stop loss, right? But give your stop loss a bit of room, okay? So there's the first thing I want to pick up on this trade, right? If you were selling this and it just popped up and took your stop loss, give your stop loss a bit of room. Secondly, I use hedging. Now, let's say this was your stop loss, right? But instead you used a buy trade. Now, some of you may or may not know I use hedging instead of a stop loss, right? So I'm selling here for 1, and if price comes up, this acts as protection, and this will be buy 1. Whatever the value of the sell is, the buy is the same value, right? So instead of the trade stopping me out, I'm simply in a sell and buy trade, but I am in a losing position, right? But let's go back to the H1. But when I see a candle like this, right, react at these last highs, right, it's taken my buy trade that was up here. Let's say I was selling from here. Then I would just close this buy trade, get this H1 candle, right? Maybe wait for a little retrace. But even if you just, at the close of this H1 candle, you close this buy trade and you put a new buy hedge above that candle. Okay. Therefore, you've only lost this amount of pips. Whereas a normal stop loss, you have lost this amount of pips, right? So that's one of the benefits of hedging instead of a stop loss. It protects you against the whipsaw, or at least decreases your loss, right? So give your stop loss some more room, or you could use hedging in this scenario, right? And then Brett's actual question was, would you re-enter the trade? And the answer is, my answer is, I would argue my trade isn't wrong, right? My trade, yeah, if I'm selling from here, my trade is only wrong if it breaks this level. That's only the time that I am wrong. And it simply doesn't break, right? This wick closes back into the gray zone. That is not a break of this resistance level. Even if we go to the H1, there was no break, right? This come crashing back down. There was no break of this gray zone. So your trade is still valid. So yes, I would still enter this trade, right? Because your trade is not wrong. It wasn't wrong. You just had a tight stop loss. That's what cost you there. All right. So yeah, really interesting question, Brett. Thanks for asking it. And it brought up a few good, interesting areas of trading, right? So stop losses, hedging, and when is your trade wrong, right? And this trade is not wrong because it hasn't broken this resistance level. If it comes up and you get a big candle that does that, you are wrong, right? But good question, Brett. Thank you for asking it. And also, guys, if you enjoy my analysis, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button, guys. Also, today's vid is sponsored by Blueberry Funded. So I know a lot of you guys are looking for funded challenges. You want to increase your account size, then look no further than Blueberry Funded. They are giving you 25% off any challenge right now. Okay. And I think you can get accounts of up to 400k if I'm not mistaken, right? So just use code simply25 at checkout and you'll get 25% off. That's better than their own website. Right, guys, what else are we looking at? Kalichi wants to look at US dollar, Japanese yen, por favor. I'm trying to respond in Spanish. De nada. Is that correct? I'm not sure. Right, let's have a look at US dollar, Japanese yen. Where are we? US dollar, yen. And let's do a top-down approach, guys, right? So let's have a look at the day chart. Now, let's start with the weekly chart. Now, if we looked at the weekly chart, right, we would be saying, let's buy this bad boy, right? Potentially this. Yeah, we still have room to move into up to some of these highs over here, right? There's some room to move into. Okay, so structurally it makes sense. Also, in terms of room to move into, it makes sense, right? What doesn't make as much sense is that this is quite, you know, a little bit overextended up here. If you look at the moving average 20, you know, there's quite a distance between here and here. Why do I care about that distance? Because the moving average 20 is the mean, right? And it's very far away from the mean, and things revert back to the mean. This is mathematics. I have got a mathematics A level, believe it or not. I knew it would come in handy one day. Yeah, but price reverts back to the mean. So I consider how far it is from the moving average 20. But let's be honest, guys, uptrend, bullish candle, bullish. Even that wick is bullish. This would suggest more room to the upside, right? Now, if we look at the day chart, this too is suggesting that, right? We're in this, you know, very bullish uptrend, as all US dollar pairs are, as in US dollar strength is rife, right? Everything is trending with US dollar strength, right? So US dollar yen is at an uptrend. The only thing I would say is that we're in an uptrend, right? There's no two ways about it. We're not overextended. Look at the moving average 20, right? The only thing I would say here is that these candles, because of this wick, and then because of this wick, these candles keep closing back within one another. So this first wick closes back below this high. So that is not a break of that high. Then we get this wick that closes back below that wick. So that's not really a break of this high. So the daily candles are not telling me to buy, right? They're all closing back within one another, right? You don't want to see this. You want to see, obviously, a nice bullish candle. Even it doesn't have to be super bullish, even something like that, but just a solid green candle that breaks that high. That would be a continuation of trend, and I would look to buy US dollar yen. Having said all of that, I would still look to be buying US dollar yen, right? But we're seeing a bit of a sell-off today. So let's try and make a bit more sense of it on the H4, guys, all right? If we go down to the H4, yeah, there's kind of this scruffy level through here. So if we just sort of join all these wicks together, right? Because you've got all of these wicks here, you've got all of these wicks here, you've got all of these wicks here. So there's a bit of a level through here, if not a bit scruffy. And I would say this particularly right here is the last H4 low, right? This is where we're at. Okay, now, if price comes down into this level, right, and we get a nice bullish reaction, I would consider buying US dollar Japanese yen, at least back up to here, if not further, right? But that's obviously not what we're seeing at the moment. Would I want to sell this? The answer is no, right? Because as you can see, we would be selling straight into support. All right, so the only trade that's feasible for me is a bullish reaction at this level. Get a nice bullish candle at this level, I would look to buy it. All right, so yeah, that is, and it's difficult to, you know, go against US dollar strength at the moment, right? It is, yeah. If you look at any US dollar major except gold, it is US dollar strength. I had to tap the table to add effect. All right, so there you go. Right, we've got some more questions. Good. I love in all the questions, guys. Keep them coming in. Let me have a quick slurp of coffee. And Kalichi, I hope that answers your US dollar yen. Niraj, what do you think about algo trading softwares? Have you ever tried it? Have you ever met someone who is using algo successfully? So I have tried algo trading, right? Because the idea of algo trading is very appealing, right? And I think that's what a lot of these companies that are selling algo trades are like, you can make money while you sleep, right? Now, that sounds marvelous, yeah? And when I tried algo trading, sometimes I would wake up and I'd be like, oh, I've made some profit. But just as often, I would wake up and be, oh, shit, I'm in large drawdown, right? So when it comes to trading and algos, the problem with algos is it still needs managing. There's no getting away from hard work when it comes to anything, right? If you want to be good at skateboarding, don't know why I choose skateboarding, but if you want to be Tony Hawk of skateboarding, you need to practice and put in the hard work. You can't just go, I'm going to, type skateboarding into an algo and let it rip. I don't know if this analogy is working. I would love, the film The Matrix. I would love for someone to just plug something in the back of my head and I can skateboard, right? I think technology is a little bit far away from that. Anyway, I digress. But algo trading still needs managing, especially for the algos I was using, the specific algo I was using. I still needed to manage the drawdown. Okay. And then I ended up being in drawdown in so many positions that I found myself trading full time anyway. A lot of them, maybe they've come on a bit now, because I'm going back a few years. But, no one can trade better than a human, right? Now, from an emotional point of view, they can, right? An algo is going to trade better than you emotionally, right? It doesn't care. It's just trade. But what it can't do is you cannot trade an algo to, understand structure breaks, right? Can they accurately understand trend? I would say they can't do that. They definitely can't understand structure breaks, right? Do they understand a bullish candle or a bearish candle? They don't. You can't compute it. So you are better than an algo when it comes to understanding the chart and reading it, but you need to work on your emotions. You need to become an algo in terms of your emotions, right? You get that all together, you'll be a pretty good trader, right? You can read the charts using price action. You can find good areas to trade from. You can manage your risk and money management, and you can control your emotions. If you juggle those three balls, you will be a good trader, right? If any one of them breaks down, it all breaks down. They all have to be running together like a finely tuned machine. All right, and you can trade better than an algo. Right, what else are we looking at? Okay, some sleeping advice. Drink warm milk with honey before bedtime if you've got insomnia. Thank you, I will. Does 8 pints of lager work also? Just asking for a friend. Right, Thando. Thando, US 30. Okay, let's take a look at the Dow Jones for Thando. Right. Also, guys, while I'm out, I just wanted to point out that I've spent months creating a Simply Forex trading course, and we now have this up and running as well. So if you're interested in that, please come check out the website, take a look at the course, and we're offering you 25% off that right now as well, right? And that's only lasting till the end of January. Again, use code Simply25. Just wanted to bring it up because I've put a lot of hard work into that course. Right, Thando. Dow Jones, let's do a top-down approach, right? And let's get everyone involved here, right? We're going to do this together as one big happy trading family, right? Now, so Dow Jones, looking at the weekly chart, I want everyone to get involved, guys. What would you do with the weekly chart? Only the weekly chart, the chart we're looking at now. You have three options. Every day in the market, you only have three options. Do not get confused. That's all you have. You can buy this market, you can sell this market, or you can stay out of this market. So everyone right now in the live chat, what would you do with the Dow Jones? Would you buy, sell, or stay out? Just looking at the weekly chart. We'll look at the daily and stuff in a minute. All right, so there you go, guys. Go for it. Answer. Leave your answer in the live chat. Okay, BGP, turmeric. I have been pounding the turmeric. I really have. I love a bit of turmeric, and it's so good for you. Right. BGP. I don't know why. It just reminds me of the BFG, the big friendly giant, but it's not even the same letters. Anyway, buy. Niraj would buy. User 101, stay out. Brett, sell. Joel, stay out. Or stay out. Okay. Shiren, stay out. Okay. So, any more, guys? Don't be shy. Get involved. I don't bite. Ask the editor. It's got a couple of bite marks. It happened just a couple of times. That's all. Normally don't bite. Anyone else getting involved? Okay, so Ryan is saying a bull market. Okay, but uncertain. Okay, so buys. Okay. All right. So we've got buys or stay outs, really. Okay. So let's analyze it, right? So I can understand buys. Okay. Now, two things here. We need to understand structure first of all. And this chart is a little bit open to subjectivity and interpretation, as they all are. But I want a very clear chart, and this isn't. Right. Would you say that this is structure? Right? We were getting higher highs, higher low. Sorry, we were getting higher lows, higher highs, right? But now this low has been broken with this candle, only just, but it broke it. Now, the week, if you see that, then the weekly chart is in a downtrend, right? So buys wouldn't make sense, right? Or are you just seeing this? Okay, then we're in an uptrend and buys are potentially feasible. And that in lies the problem. This chart is too open to interpretation, right? Let me go back and show you this, right? So if I go back here, right, from here to here, that chart is not open to interpretation. It is crystal clear, right? Let's plot the highs and lows, right? There is, you know, even if you just think that, right, there is no ambiguity there. Even if you think this, either way, we are clearly in an uptrend, right? There's no ambiguity. That is clear as day, and that's what we want. Now, we go back to real time. Not clear as day, clear as mud, right? Has that low been broken? Yes. Do you consider that a low? Subjective. So for that reason, I would stay out of the weekly chart, right? There is a level through here and there's a level here. And what we're seeing is price obeying those two levels so far, right? And really what I would want to see is a break to the upside to confirm that we're in an uptrend, or I would like a break to the downside to confirm we're in a downtrend, because right now it's not clear. So for that reason, it's a big SO. Stay out. Okay. Right. Now let's do the same again with the day chart. Okay. Now, same question, Dow Jones, same question, right? But daily chart. Would you buy, sell, or stay out of this chart specifically? All leave your answer in the live chat. I will still slurp my coffee mixed with whiskey. Whiskey's good for throats, I'm sure. Just looking, while you answer, guys, I'm just looking through a few of the questions. Kev, how are you, mate? No, we haven't looked at Euro US dollar yet, although I'm selling it. Sorry, we did look at Euro US dollar and I'm selling it. But how are you, though, Kev? You carry on, guys. Answer the question. I'm just going to look at a few people here. Carlos, Happy New Year, Carlos. Hope you're well, mate. Still in Norway, was it? Finland? How is it? Bloody cold, I imagine, this time of year. Happy New Year. Cicicello, trading energy. All right. Uranium. Interesting. I bet there's some crazy slippage on uranium. Kev, I'm an algo when I get in trouble with the missus. Yeah. Likewise. Okay, BGP, Tom, what did you do before Simply Forex? Okay, we can answer all of these guys. But let's take a look at your answers, guys. So everyone, get involved, guys. Don't be shy. Yeah. There's no such thing as a wrong answer. There is. But Dow Jones, day chart, would you buy, sell, or stay out? Everyone answer, guys. So BGP would wait for a pullback. Okay, so stay out, right? Because the pullback hasn't happened yet. And keep it that clear. So BGP, or I think Ryan earlier, you were like, if Donald Trump is inaugurated, if we get a pullback, if you know, then it's no trade, right? Don't confuse it. If this happens, if that happens, right? There's no trade, right? Wait for the setup. Brett would sell or stay out. Joel would stay out. It's Wednesday. Wait for weekly confirmation. Okay, but stay out. Sharon would stay out. Kev would stay out. RH Knight would sell. All right, so we've got mainly sells or stay out. And again, I would have to agree with that sentiment. And that's what you are, guys. You are the sentiment of the market, right? If there was 20 million of us, I would have a very nice YouTube channel, but also that is some crazy sentiment, right? You could say something and you could affect the market, right? If there's enough of you, your sentiment could affect the market. That's what happens with Bitcoin, right? There's enough sentiment that people get behind it and move it, right? You could do the same, but you know, you need vast amounts of people. Anyway, let's analyze it. So again, let's understand structure and trend. And we are in a downtrend. There's no two ways about it, right? Lower highs, This is the last low, lower lows, right? But these lows are not breaking, right? So, yeah, I mean, you know, so for that reason, if I had to trade it, which I don't, I would sell it, right? But, okay, a couple of buts. We've got a bit of a bullish candle here, right? I don't really want to sell into that. And really, you could put this area of support here, right? Because it's touching all of these lows, right? So, you know, do I want to sell into that? The answer is no. There's not enough value or room there. Okay, but I want to sell because we're in a downtrend. So again, daily, I would stay out, right? There's no value in trading this. Okay, so I would stay out of this market. Yeah, so there you go, guys. So weekly and daily, and this is what I do every day, right? I look at the weekly and daily. If we just recap, weekly has told me to stay out, daily has told me to stay out. So I'm like, no trade, right? And then I go on to the next one on my list. I go on to US dollar, Canadian dollar, and then I do the same. I do the same analysis. I go on to US dollar, Swiss franc. I do the same. I go on to US dollar, yen. I do the same. You know, and I do that for 28 currency pairs every single morning, right? Because, you know, going back to the start of the live stream, there's no shortcuts, guys, right? There are no shortcuts in anything worthwhile doing, right? And if you want to be good at it, you need to understand price action. You need to know how to manage trades, enter trades. You need to know how to use different strategies. You know, there's lots of things to trading, but ultimately, you know, it's all based around price action. All right. So get a really good grip and understanding of that. Right, what else did we look at? So we've literally just run out of time, guys. All right, I know we've got some more questions here. This is the last live stream of the week, so please come join us Tuesday. So every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we do a live stream, guys, 7 a.m. New York EST time. So please come join us next week for that. Please don't forget to check out all our analysis vids that we do throughout the week as well. It's all there to help you succeed at trading, guys, and understand how to read the markets. We can also have a bit of a laugh along the way as well, right? That's important. Ask the editor. It's got no personality whatsoever. Only joking, editor. Anyway, guys, yeah, Happy New Year, Mike. Thanks for your time, guys. Some really great questions today. Can't wait to do it again. Have a great trading day, and I will see you again soon.